Hello, fellow dog lovers. You have pressed play on the Rocker Dog Podcast, the only show on the third rock from the sun that talks to musicians about their canine companions. I'm your host, Tim Dill, along with my freshly groomed dog, Charlie, and today we welcome Joe Badolato, better known as Joe Bad, singer for the bone-crushing metalcore band Fit for an Autopsy, who are hard at work on LP number 7 as they prep for a headlining tour in the UK in November. And this is his extremely intelligent Rocker Dog.
We're going to be talking about Bruce. He was all zoomied, now he's all tuckered.
So what? I understand he's a Valentine's Day puppy. Is that correct?
Yeah, born on Valentine's Day, little Brucey boy.
And what prompted you to adopt Bruce at this time?
I've been looking to adopt for a while, and I've been going to the Humane Society at least like twice a week looking for like a puppy. And I keep going and going and going, and then like finally, they were like, maybe you should just check the website every once in a while. I was like, I could do that too, but I can also come here and go play with all the dogs while you guys are doing things and just get them all out of their cages for a little bit. So I would just go there and like play with the dogs a bunch, and just like I'm like super like allergic to animals too, so like I get like breakout and like hives and stuff, and I'm just like itchy as hell, but like the dogs are super stoked, so I was too. So I'll just come home, shower, take some allergy medicine, I'm fine. But it was just fun for me. I don't know, it just makes me feel good being around them, and I'm sure they have a good time getting out for a little bit and playing with someone.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what was it about Bruce that finally made you pull the trigger?
Literally, I was like, I'm going to check the website. I was at the salon, and I do hair for a living. So I was at the shop, and I was just looking on the website, and I was like, oh my God. I saw like 2 puppies and like a couple other like dogs that were like a little bit smaller because we live in an apartment. I sent them over to my lady, and I was mid-sentence. I was like, I really want to go see Bone, because his name was Bone when we first got him. But they were like, yeah, he's super young. We just like named him just to differentiate them, but you can change his name to whatever. And I saw Bone. I was like, man, that face, those eyes, just like I feel like he's perfect. Like it's just that instant connection that I saw there. I was like, I need to see him in person. So as I'm like texting my lady, I want to see Bruce or Bone. She was like, you should go see Bone. I was like, I was just typing that to you. Let's go. I'm so excited. So I get there and I see him and his brother. They were both in the same one. And his brother had one blue eye. And I was like, oh my God, I want you both so bad, but I can't. So I was like, can I see Bone? Can I play with Bone for a bit? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. So we took out Bone, and instantly he was just such a sweetheart, like ran up to me, just like kind of just like came up into like I bent down, and he just jumped on my knee and just nestled his head into like my just like a little crevice and just like let me pet him. And I was like, oh my God, he's so loving. And then he gave a big poop and pee instantly, and then he was just like super playful, and then just like was just hanging there while me and the lady were just talking about him. She was giving me information. He just like plopped down and just like was staring at me up, and I was like, oh my God, I need him. So I FaceTime my lady, and I was like, babe, he's perfect. Like, look at him. And she like lost her mind. She like loved him, fell in love with him. She was on a trip in Vegas. She tattoos. So, what do you call it? I FaceTimed her, and I was like, I really want him. She's like, then get him. I was like, done. I'll call you later. I literally just signed the paperwork and got him everything he needed, took him on a car ride. And as soon as I went to go pick up lunch for myself, and we were at Chick-fil-A, and they were like, does he want a pup cup? I was like, oh, I can do pup cups now. This is so cool. I was like, what is it? What's in the pup cups? Like, I just want to make sure it wasn't like ice cream or anything. They're like, oh, it's just whipped cream. I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah, let's just do whipped cream.
That's great.
Oh, and he loved it. He was so excited.
Now, was there a story attached to him? You know how he ended up at the Humane Society?
So from my understanding is that someone had a litter of pups and brought them to a different
probably to the shelter.
Brought them to a different shelter. So they brought them to one shelter, and that shelter was just like overpopulated. So they wanted to give him to another place. So they brought him over there to the Charlotte Humane Society that morning. And I literally was just lucky enough to just get over there. And I literally left work the moment I saw that photo go up, and I was like, I'm on my way.
And so that was the first day the photo was up. So you jumped on it. Yeah.
It was like it was up for maybe an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's funny. Do you know what happened to his brother?
Brother got picked up right after I picked him up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so I actually talked to, so because I do hair, I'm always, trying to get more clientele. So one of the guys that worked there ended up coming in and getting a haircut, and I started picking his brain about, I was like, I hate ripping them away from like each other, because I know that they have like they're gonna know each other and they're gonna have this connection. Like, is it weird to like maybe try to like schedule a meetup for them once they get like all their shots and like once they're all like good? Like, is that a weird thing? He's like, no, we have all their information, so we could definitely send out an email to them, and maybe you guys can like meet up at like a dog park, and like they could re-see each other again. I was like, I would love that. And I'm sure he would too. Yeah. Like, with the two cats, he wants to play with them all day, and they don't want to like they don't hate him, but they definitely are just like, we don't have that much energy, so chill out, young boy. Yeah, they're old ladies.
Now, do you know what breed he is?
So everyone keeps saying blue heeler. I could definitely see it in him. I just don't see the blue part. I've seen red heelers online. I'm like, he has more of like the red heeler scheme, but then his tail is not. So I don't know what he could be mixed with. But
there
Brucey
he is.
boy. Hi, Brucey boy. Those are the eyes that I saw when I first saw him. You want to say hi?
Yeah, bring him in.
Say hi, buddy?
Oh, he's got to stretch first.
So stretchy.
Oh my gosh, he's adorable.
This is little Brucey boy. A little see, he's just so sweet. He's such a sweet boy.
He knows how to play the camera.
He does. Hi, Brucey boy. Oh, thank you.
So, do you have any plans to give him one of those doggy DNAs?
I do. I definitely want to see what he fully is. And you can do that at a vet office, I'm assuming, right?
They probably have something to sell you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my friend is like the manager over there, so she helps out a lot.
And are you aware, if he is a red heeler, what you signed up for?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He's definitely high zoomies, definitely all over the place. He definitely, when he has energy, he has energy, and he's a psycho. But then like, as soon as he's done exerting all that energy, probably went to the bathroom. We leave the patio open for him. We have a little patch of grass. He's been going outside like on his own. Didn't even have to train him. He's like the smartest dog on the planet.
That's another trait. They're super smart. Actually, I've got a note that says intelligent enough to routinely outsmart their owners.
They are so smart. He already knows what no is too. Like if he goes for something, like if he goes for like my sock or like something like that, like I'm like, hey, no. And he like literally instantly drops it and just like plops down to the ground and just does that look up at me.
That's crazy.
Like, you are so smart. It's insane. Like he knows what he's doing, but he also knows how to get around me sometimes. So he's pretty smart. He's very, very smart.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned you live in an apartment, because I think one of the first things when I Googled the red heeler, when you look at these, Google headlines, was it's not the dog to have in an apartment.
Yeah.
Like it needs space to run or whatever it may be. But do you plan on training it or taking training or getting professional training?
I didn't know if it's, I don't know if I should. I guess I'm like definitely open to like recommendation on that. This is my first time actually adopting a pup. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely be open to do training. There's actually a really, really nice train. I live in South End. Mm-hmm. There's a really nice training and boarding facility over here that also has a insane backyard area that like you literally go there with all other owners of dogs, and it's like a dog park, and it's so cool. Like you can get like fancy drinks and hang out and stuff. I'm not a big drinker, but like there's like a bar there, and you can like hang out with other owners, and like the dogs can hang out, and it's a massive place with like a jungle gym for the dogs and everything, and like they're allowed to be anywhere. They could be up on the chairs, they could be up on the tables, they could be anywhere they want. It's just like let them run free. But there's a lot of really good dog trainers around here too. So I've been thinking about it. So is that something you recommend, do you think?
I would say for Bruce, yeah. I think it will help. And also, again, that you're in Charlotte, and I know Charlotte well, and they have these great public places and breweries that, a lot of dogs are at. It'll just help you understand your dog better, and he'll be socialized better around other dogs. Because there's
Yeah.
great opportunities around here to, have your dog off leash and this and that. So yeah, I think it'd be beneficial
Especially
for
in
everybody.
South End. South End is like such a dog friendly area. Like I take him on walks the moment I wake up, I feed him, give him his water, and then we literally will go take a walk around South End for a little bit and then come back, and then he's just like tuckered out. Oh, now he's got his walrus. His
And
little walrus.
given that breed is so intelligent, you'll be
Mhm.
amazed at, training will just make your relationship that much more. You'll just understand each other better.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that that'll be good because like I watch a bunch of YouTube videos daily. There's like a lot of guys on the internet that are very good about. But I like take ideas and inspirations from so many other people just to like try to see what works best for him. He's so smart.
Now, given some of these personality traits, does he sync up with your personality? Are you kind of active and can't sit still and need to be occupied?
In moments for sure. There's definitely moments where I'll be like at my computer playing some video games and stuff, and he'll be like chilling. But as soon as he's up, I'll take him for a walk. We'll go around and be active, and then when we come back, he's usually chilling, and then I can just go back to doing whatever.
Now, you mentioned this is your first dog. There's some dogs on your Instagram I wanted to ask you about, and it's a standard question that I do ask: history of dogs. Did you have any dogs growing up?
Yeah, so I had an English. Well, the first dogs I had, I can't remember what breeds they were, but they were Nibbles and Duchess. I don't remember how we got them, but they were my first like puppies, and we had them for a little bit. I honestly can't recall because I was so young. I don't remember what happened to them.
Yeah.
Then I had one. It was we actually got him. We used to go to this bagel place in Long Island, and this Polish family was moving back to Poland, and they were like, "We can't take our dog with us. Do you guys want him?" And I was like, Dad. And he's like, "Oh, let's go see him." He was a little black cocker spaniel named Casper, the cutest dog ever. And he was like my first like best friend dog, where it was just like anytime me and him were around, he was like super excited. But we come to find out that anytime he got too excited, he would have seizures. And I would sit there and I would hold him, like, because I would come home from like school or I would come home from work, and he would just like be so excited, and then I just see his eyes just stop, and then his hands drop, and then he just starts shaking a lot and start drooling, and I was like,
oh my gosh,
oh my God, I would cry sitting there holding him, like hoping nothing bad happens. I don't want him to hit his head or do anything. I'd literally just hold him in my lap, and he would just drool all over me, tear all over me. I didn't care at all. I was just like, it's okay. I'm just like petting him until he's calm. And then once he was fine, but like it didn't really seem like medication was helping him too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was really amazing. And then my dad later on, this pup actually just recently passed. Molly, he got like an English bulldog.
Okay.
Little puppy.
Is that Chunk Monster?
That's what I called her, my little chunk monster. That was Molly, the little chunky baby. Oh, she was so good. She was perfect. It was Sergeant Molly. My dad was in the Marine Corps, so Marine Corps dog's name was Molly. So he, kept in suit with it, and she was just amazing. Just such a sweet little snarler all the time.
Yeah, she looked it.
Yeah, but she recently passed about I want to say about a year ago, and my dad's been devastated ever since. So,
is he still up north?
Yeah, he's still in Long Island.
Okay, and then who is Lola, a Yorkie?
Okay, so Lola was so I got her in a past relationship.
Okay.
And because I travel so much, when we did end up splitting up, the hardest decision ever was not being able to have her, because me and her had some crazy connection. That dog, she was perfect. I used to put her in little dresses. She loved getting dressed up. She would she would come with a dress in her mouth that she wanted to wear for that day. And I was like, oh my God, you're so cute. So I just put little dresses on her, and she was so cool. Yeah, that was a devastating day for me because I didn't get to see her. And I was like, oh, this sucks.
Yeah.
But
gosh, when I started this podcast, I never imagined this comes up quite a bit, that these relationships, a dog comes out of a relationship and then it becomes who gets it at the end of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting because, we're always trying to promote that a dog is family. And that's exactly what happens when you're in a relationship and you've got a dog. You've got to split this family up. So
Exactly. And it's devastating for the dog too, you know, so it's tough. So I definitely suggest if you are going to get an animal when you're in a relationship, make sure it's with the right person as well, because it's just like a child. Like it'll get depressed and upset if it knows that something's wrong or something's different, you
yeah,
know. I haven't seen that dog since, and you know, I wish I could, but and I don't want to break its heart even more knowing that it'll see me for a second and then just like never again, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least with this guy, my lady loves him. We've been together for 3 years and hopefully a lot longer than that. So, and not hopefully, it's amazing. She's amazing, and he loves her so much, and it's like it's such a good thing. And like we made this decision together. It's perfect. And look at him with his little rope, just being all well behaved.
Now, this woman you're speaking of is a tattoo artist.
Mm-hmm.
Will there be any possibility of a dog tattoo in your future?
1,000%.
Do you think, seriously?
100,000%. Absolutely.
Do you have an idea of kind of what you'd want? What style
Bruce's
you'd want?
face on my, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, look, he gave me a little side eye. He's like, you better not. I don't know. I always, every time I say I want to get some, like a name tattooed on me, they're like, well, are they alive or are they dead? I'm like, does that matter?
Yeah.
Like, no, like the dog's completely alive, chilling. He's awesome. So I was thinking about either getting his name or just getting like a neo-traditional portrait of his puppy face on me somewhere.
Hmm.
I think that would be really cool because he's going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life. He's not going anywhere and I'm not going anywhere. So
Yeah. Well, that's great to hear.
yeah.
Now, would you ever be able to take your barber skills and do dog grooming?
I honestly wanted to get into that, and then I was like, the allergy thing would just kill me if it was just like a dog with like crazy dander all the time, and then
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
just like be miserable. It's like it's already enough coming home with like other people's hair in my mouth and stuff and that I don't get itchy with, but like then making it worse. But I mean, I thought it would be really cool.
Well, I wind up every show with 5 questions I call the Zoomies. They're
Okay,
fast and frivolous.
cool.
The first one is, do you kiss Bruce on the mouth?
The most I feel like I've kissed him on the mouth more than I've kissed anybody I've ever kissed on the mouth. Just all I do is kiss him on the mouth because he loves it, and he literally would just sit there and just take it.
That's
And
good.
like little side mouth kisses, those are my favorite. When he's just like all mushy, way too much.
This isn't the second question, but I always ask this question to a lot of bands, especially the heavier bands. I mean,
Yeah.
your band, Fit for an Autopsy, is very heavy, very aggressive. Is the dog on brand with your band?
I don't know. He's such a little mush. He can be. He can definitely be. He can definitely be a little aggressive. Not angry aggressive. He definitely gets playful, but
You can get in the pit.
he can get in the pit. He's my little angel, though.
Okay. Okay. Well, question 2 is, does Bruce have a theme song? If he was
Almost
walk up
any
music to a
song
plate,
that you can replace with the word Bruce works. I sing to him all the time, literally. I just like have every Brucey. Yeah, see? He loves it. Yeah. Yeah. I just like any song that I can just add Bruce to it. He just loves it. I love singing it. Just
yeah.
we find different ones every single day. So I don't think he has one theme song yet.
Okay.
Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Brucey. Yeah.
I know that. I know that. I know that deal. I do that with Charlie.
Love
I
that
know
name, by the
Bruce.
way. That's my nephew's name.
Oh, thanks. I know Bruce doesn't tour with you guys, but if he did, what would he want on the tour rider?
What would he want on the tour rider? Peanut butter.
Ah, good.
I got him one of those little Kong
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
and I put peanut butter and put it in the freezer. Anytime he sees me do that, he knows later he's getting one of those, and he loves it. So
yeah,
there's already peanut butter on the rider, but we got to make sure it's the one not with the bad sugars for the dogs.
yeah. Okay, question 4 is, do you use a dog voice to speak to Bruce?
I switch it up. I try to keep it normal voice so he just always knows. But like when he's doing really good and doing good things, I switch it up. Like and then I see his little tail wag. Like whenever he's doing good. If he's doing something I don't like, or like that is like he shouldn't be doing, it's just like a different tone, and he knows it. So it's just like, and it's not yelling, it's not screaming at him or anything. It's just a different tone of voice to where he now understands the difference. Like he knows when he's playing around, but he knows when you don't. You know, that's like
they're
the
very
difference.
perceptive.
Yeah, he's so smart.
Do you give him a voice? Do you imagine what he would sound like personified?
He just sounds like this. He's just a puppy. It's just me. My name's Bruce. The cat is she's French for sure. She's got a French voice because every time she's like, "Get away from me."
But the aloof French persona.
Yeah, of course.
Very funny.
And
right,
Kiki's just like a scared puppy, but she's a cat. But she's like, kind of like Morty. Like, it's okay. I'll stay over here.
I love it. The last question I have is there a dog organization or service you'd like to give a shout out to?
Charlotte Humane Society. I went there, and they've been like I said, I went there pretty often, so they definitely know me by now. And they're all so nice. They take really good care of the animals that they have there. They even have like an emergency hospital facility on site too there, where when they take new dogs in, they check them, make sure they give them everything they need, and like take care of them as much as they possibly can. Unless they need to do anything that's further, then they have good hospitals that they send them off to. But something I really liked was that they do have big areas that they're in. They're not just like confined in these like small little areas. And all the workers there are super, super in love with every animal that comes in there. So like they actually have like charts and sheets where they'll like take dogs out for walks and like take them out to parks and just test them around other dogs. And they do like all these like little trainings with them and like these little I guess like constructive ways to like get them out, So and I don't see them like the dogs being vicious at all. They get like really excited when they see the little blue shirt coming in to take them. So I really like how they take care of them. I remember last time I was there, a dog ate up one of the beds so bad. And then next time he literally had a brand new bed the next day. I was like, oh, okay. At least you guys don't leave him with like a bed like that. And like, they really love the animals over there. So I really like that place. That place was a very good experience for me.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm very familiar with it. They got a brand new building. I think it's only
they
2 years old.
They just got it like maybe a year or two ago, I think.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to go when I first moved to Charlotte. I tried to go over to the other location, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we're closed down right now. We're in the process of moving to a new location." And I was like, "Okay." And then I'd like literally the grand opening. I was there. I was like, "Oh, I need to see it." And I pulled up into the parking lot. I was like, this place is gorgeous. This is like huge. This is a really nice facility. Like, good for them.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I definitely want to try to do some sort of like, the band has done so many fundraisers for animals. So I would definitely love to do something for them. I think it would be really cool because I love what they do, like I said. So anything I can do to support and help them and help the animals would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the band, do you have any plans for the summer?
Not the summer. I know November, December, we just announced that we're doing a tour in Europe. It's gonna be us, Silosis, Darkest Hour, and forgive me if I say this wrong, Harriet or Herlot. I keep not reading it correctly. So I apologize. We're gonna be on tour very soon. You can correct me, slap me in the face, and be like, this is how you say it. It's cool. I'm sorry.
Well, Joe, I wish you all the luck in the world, and
thank you
thanks
so much
for sharing your story about Bruce and spreading the good word of how great dogs can be.
Yes, adopt, don't shop.
Exactly. Hear, hear.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. This was very cool.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.